Please welcome the President and CEO of the American Film Institute, Bob Gazzale.
AFI trustees, AFI faculty, honorees, parents and grandparents, family and friends, and most of all, graduates. Welcome to the commencement exercises for the class of 2023. To begin, know that these are the topics that I will not be covering today. All right, I'll be honest, I may touch on one of them, but it will not be the Kardashians because they're doing just fine on their own. Fade in. Two people walk into a bar. The first is the most alluring, charming, talented person you have ever seen. Funny, creative, and vulnerable in a very human way. This person is different. They have the ability to express, to emote, and to elicit feelings from us that we may not have even known that we had. Door opens, enter the other person. Nice suit. And this person loves those who are talented. And this person knows how to find an audience. And this person knows how to make money. And they are good at it. So these two meet. And though they are wildly different in the way they see the world, they in fact have much in common. The desire to be seen and heard and to be appreciated for their talent. The desire for security, and they both desire to make a difference. So those are your characters, and they are who I want to talk about today. They are two ineffable spirits. They got married. They have loved and laughed for many years. Mind you, long before you were born, there were troubles, and they would fight, and they would find a way. It's unsettling now, as you are the kids, listening to them yell at each other through the bedroom wall. They are fighting over money, and they are fighting over what is fair. Fair enough. But what's different now? Everything. Everything is different. Everything has changed. And change can be terrifying. But nothing endures but change. Just look around this theater. This is where silent films once reigned. There was a full orchestra up here. Actually, it was up there before the stadium seating. So you get my point. So here you are, together, on the other side of that wall, and what you're hearing is that they've lost respect for each other. And they've lost trust in each other. And, well, it seems they've lost each other. But here's what we all know. They need each other. They need each other. And so as we gather here at your commencement, your beginning, know this: the yelling will end, and they will begin to talk, and we will be a happy family once again. One that works together to embrace change. one that works together to fight the real powers, not each other, and one that works together to ensure equity for all. Now, how do we write an ending for these two characters without using ChatGPT, before the seas rise, before nuclear weapons are utilized, before democracy falls, before a pangolin feels a little off one day, before we all feel a little bit off one day, and before we believe that the last thing on our list to talk about is the Kardashians? Who will lead us? Who? You remember these people. 2 years ago, walking into the AFI, they and you are the answer. For in this uncertain world, you bring certainty. I am certain that we are here today for you. I am certain your families are proud of you. I am certain that your American Film Institute believes in you. That is certain. And I am certain it is the stories that will save us. Your stories. Stories about love and basketball and women kings. Stories that fight the power and do the right thing. Stories that carry us away and set us down ever so gently, ultimately reminding us of our common heartbeat. That's why we are here with you today, and that is why we celebrate you today. Congratulations, graduate, and let's begin the AFI Commencement Ceremony of 2023. Rack focus to the presentation of the honorary degrees. It is the moment that we honor an ideal, journeys well-traveled, so that as you embark on your next adventure, there is a standard to which you may aspire. Here to introduce our first honoree, an accomplished cinematographer and part of the very foundation of the AFI Conservatory. Having started on the faculty in 2001, 3 years later, becoming head of the cinematography discipline, a position he holds to this day. In his spare time, he also serves as the president of the American Society of Cinematographers. A leader in light and a leader in life, Stephen Lighthill. Maestro, up to you.
Thank you, Bob. I don't know how he does it. He memorizes, I guess. I'm going to look down and read. But welcome to everyone, our honored guests, and especially welcome to the front row. Great to see you. Ernest Roscoe Dickerson, one of the greatest cinematographers, yes. But I'm here to tell you a secret. He was always a director, and that's what makes his work so impactful. Because there's an unspoken freedom when a director is shooting for another director. It's an exceptional artistic force. Magic happens. And if you look at what he's created since as a director, he proves my point. That said, here's another secret. Mr. Dickerson is a guy who hasn't forgotten his roots. He's a frequent visitor to the ASC Clubhouse. And I assume it's because cinematographers have more fun than directors, as our graduating class might attest. And as long as he wants to come back, we're honored to have him. Please welcome Ernest Dickerson. It is my honor to bestow AFI's Doctorate of Fine Arts upon you with a reading of the official AFI citation. You were born and raised in New Jersey, then traveled to Howard University in Washington, D.C. to pursue a career in architecture. But film found you and led you to the Tisch School of the Arts at New York University. It was there that you met another young filmmaker by the name of Spike Lee, launching a collaboration that would become one of the most impactful in the history of our art form. You have changed the face of cinema. As cinematographer on films including The Brother from Another Planet, She's Gotta Have It, Do the Right Thing, Moonbread or Blues, and Malcolm X, you've ensured that the world is seen as it is, in particular, representing actors of color with a care and concern that fully captures their richness and vitality. You have since stepped out of the light and dark of cinematography to become a visionary director with a filmography of prestige film and television credits, including Juice, The Wire, Dexter, The Walking Dead, and The Godfather of Harlem. You are a towering figure in storytelling and a powerful advocate for equality through the work itself, which has opened our eyes to the humanity in all of us. Therefore, in recognition of your distinctive contribution to the art of the moving image, that the American Film Institute is proud to confer upon you its Doctorate of Fine Arts, honoris causa. Hope I don't screw this up. You want to leave it up front? Yeah, it looks sort of okay. Okay, there. I'm going to leave the plaque there.
Okay,
that
yeah,
right?
that's fine.
All right.
We'll pick that one up later.
That's right.
Wow. Ooh, thank you so much. This is quite amazing. You know, I've been in a love affair, a long, long love affair, a deep, long-lasting love affair most of my life. And sometimes it's been tough. She has not been an easy mistress. She has oftentimes been a fickle mistress, not returning the love I've given her. But then she has at times often also returned my love. Like today, thanks to the American Film Institute, I am really feeling the love. As you've already guessed, my mistress, the love of my life, is cinema. And I hope all of you graduating filmmakers have a love affair like mine. Rewarding, but sometimes painful. But the most important thing that my cinema muse, mistress, has taught me, that we are all storytellers. We should take pride in that, no matter the changes in technique or technology. And we're here to tell the stories about the human experience, past, present, and future, no matter what genre, and stories about the human experience can only be told by humans. No machine or artificial intelligence can do that. But they are tools to be used and controlled by us, by humans. Please remember that, because anything else is silence. Thank you.
Our next presenter hails originally from London and traveled the world to find herself attending the AFI Conservatory as a Fulbright scholar. Her discipline, cinematography. Since her commencement, not very long ago, she has emerged a magician, one who conjures dreams in shadows and light. She is a member of both the British and American Society of Cinematographers and is the only woman to be a member of both. So let's help her change that. For today, most notably, she served as the Director of Photography for last year's award-winning, culture-driving smash, The Woman King. Please welcome Polly Morgan.
Thank you. Thank you. It is a great honor to be here with you all today. And as a proud AFI grad, it's pretty surreal. I'm not one for public speaking, and honestly, I think this is completely unfair after seasoned legends like Viola Davis have honored Gina in recent past. But nonetheless, here I am, and when there's a moment to praise this incredible craftswoman, I will run to be first in line. When I first heard about a script called The Woman King, I was intrigued, truthfully, just by the title alone, The Woman King. I think we all know how rare it is in Hollywood that a story is told solely about women, let alone an epic historical battle saga about African women. And little did I know how moving and poignant the story would be. I had never heard about the Agoji women of Dahomey. These women, symbols of strength and power, have hardly been discussed and never before shown on screen. The culture and environment was so dynamic, raw, and vibrant, I needed to be part of the team. But the mountain to climb to tell this story was massive. It needed to be handled with the exact, passionate crafting of someone who truly held the entire spirit of these women. A general to guide the troops along the path in order to convey the heartbeat of the story and share it with the world. Well, lucky for us, our leader, our director, held all of that and more. After meeting Gina via Zoom and then talking on the phone, we first met on our flight to Africa. I was immediately inspired, energized, and maybe just a little bit intimidated. Despite her commanding presence, however, her warmth and vulnerability quickly set me at ease, and before long, we were in giggles in the jungle. I was well aware of Gina's previous work and accolades when I signed on. I suppose, like most artists, you can look back at somebody's body of work and see the building blocks and brushstrokes that serve them along the way. The same holds true with Gina. Her films hold a beautiful understanding of passion, rhythm, tone, and pulse, groundbreaking in their relevance and delivered with a punch that provides entertainment while shedding a light into our commonalities. Never shy of the dedication and perseverance it takes to get a film off the ground, here is a woman who fights. And I mean really fights to get her vision across the finish line. And when I say she fights, so often we think of heralded tales of directors who were stern or aggressive in their manner. But not Gina. She fights with a more nuanced set of tools. Graceful, sharp, composed, and passionate about her story. That is all that matters. She is clear and concise. This is the presence we should be celebrating for our directors. Watching her work, I can tell you firsthand that she does not compromise. She is a boss, a mover, and a shaker who stands by her vision, but collaborates to discover the best solutions along the way. I remember a night exterior we were shooting on the coast. We did a lot of night exteriors on this movie, which often equals an even greater sense of focus and discipline. On this particular night, we were at the end of an incredibly challenging few weeks, and the crew were exhausted. We were shooting a final battle sequence on the beach with fire effects, stunts, multiple cameras, and of course, the ever-approaching threat of the rising sun. At the end of the night, we had an actor doing his own stunts, getting drowned in the waves. The tide was strong, tensions were high, and producers were circling. Everyone was racing against time with an intensity. I was racing around with an intensity. And then I glanced over at Gina, and there she was, calm, cool, collected. This was a constant. She never cracked under pressure, never veered away from it, focused, disciplined, and clear. She knew what she wanted, what she needed, and how to get it. Once again, these are the skill sets and demeanor that should be applauded in our industry. It takes grit and devotion to tell your story, a story that will become yours collectively to affect people. Gina embodies this daily through every meeting, every conversation, every idea, good or bad, every night shoot, and every long day. It brings a professionalism that nourishes a heightened creativity out of your cast and crew. Never before have I felt so connected with the other heads of departments and united under a passion to convey the same story. When you watch the performances in The Woman King, there is an undeniable power. Of course, the women have strength in battle, but what always struck me were their moments of quiet resolve, the moments to connect, to train, and prepare together, to reach inside yet always be ready to strike at any time, measured and balanced in their wit and fortitude. That is Gina, through and through, and those performances truly became a reflection of that demeanor that she shared with us throughout the shoot, something that everyone benefited from. On top of that innate leadership, Gina loves to immerse herself in the work, and especially on this one, within the context of this world. Her embodiment of this project was never lost on me or anyone else involved. She put it all on screen. But the task at hand was ominous. A groundbreaking historical drama about fearless African women. It is, quite literally, in her blood. It is one thing to understand that ancestors led the way for us, fought for us, suffered for us, but that courageous spirit of the Agoji warriors was apparent in Gina from day one. She is Agoji. And when I say she immersed herself, there is one thing to research. There's one thing to learn secondhand about the history and have your actors go through rigorous battle training. But there was Gina, yet again, side by side with her actors, training, dancing, working out, proving to them that whatever she asked of them, she would ask of herself also. That's her spirit. We will learn and fight together. And let me tell you, as our leader, you would absolutely follow her into battle. It was my greatest honor to be invited along to share in the experience of The Woman King. being on the continent of Africa and feeling the power of heritage and heroes surrounded by an incredible group of powerful women, all united and led by our fearless commander. All of you will hopefully work on a wide variety of material while traveling to many amazing locations throughout your careers. Alongside that, you'll also encounter all types of people. Personalities are part of the challenge as filmmakers. That has been my biggest surprise after graduating from AFI, and maybe one of the biggest challenges of our business. So I am certainly here to say, it's not often you come across someone like Gina. So cherish those experiences and learn how it can be run. Find your story, support others who share that story, and fight. Fight the battle together, gracefully, passionately, and fearlessly. Graduates, please welcome Gina Prince-Bythewood. In a minute. I don't know, I gotta do this first. Gina, it is my honor to bestow AFI's Doctorate of Fine Arts upon you with a reading of the official AFI citation. You were born in Chicago and raised in California by an adoptive family, following your artistic interests to UCLA. After graduation, you honed your voice as a writer on cultural landmarks, including A Different World and South Central, establishing yourself as a leader in expanding the worldview of screen representation. You have smashed traditional classifications with a filmography that defies genre. From your feature debut, Love and Basketball, your nuanced voice has driven culture forward with intimacy and immediacy. The work continued, a steadfast force, with critics including Everybody Hates Chris, The Bernie Mac Show, Girlfriends, and Women of the Movement on television, as well as movies including The Secret Life of Bees, Beyond the Lights, and The Old Guard. In 2022, your star exploded into a supernova with The Woman King, a rousing epic as empowering as it is enlightening, and your support for the next generation has since become an inspirational story unto itself with your own recent role as mentor and executive producer for Project Greenlight. You are an artist in the vanguard, one whose perspective and empathy have combined with a mastery of the craft to make you one of the essential figures in the creative community today. Therefore, in recognition of your distinctive contribution to the art of the moving image, that the American Film Institute is proud to confer upon you its Doctorate of Fine Arts, honoris causa.
Thank you. Thank you, Polly. It was for those amazing words. It was a true joy to go to war with you. You are forever, forever my warrior. Thank you. Ernest, it's an honor to share the stage with you. Your work has been such an incredible inspiration. Thank you. I want to thank my husband, Reggie Rock, my son, Toussaint, and my forever editor, Terry Shropshire, for sharing this special life moment with me. Thank you for your love, support, and sacrifice. Thank you to the trustees for awarding me with a Doctorate of Fine Arts. I'm truly honored and humbled, and I'm going to be insufferable in demanding that I now be referred to as doctor. I think that is what this means, I hope. So as long as I can remember, my parents had me in sports. Sports taught me indelible lessons that very few little girls are taught. When I was on the court or the track or the field, my focus was to win, to be better than every other person out there. To do that, I had to believe that about myself, that I was the baddest chick on the court, on the track, on the field. Sports gave me swagger. In high school, I was one of the top sprinters and jumpers in my area. My senior year, I'm at a big meet with a rival school. As I started warming up for my 200, this girl, who wasn't even one of my personal rivals, came up to me, started running her mouth, telling me she was going to beat me, that she was better than me, that I was going to lose. And I laughed it off, but she kept at it, literally following me around the track. Then I got pissed. I mean, the audacity. So we finally get to the race. I'm in the blocks, and all I want to do is beat her ass. And we run, and she wins. Couldn't believe it. I stood there watching her jump up and down with her coach, cheering like she won the lotto. And I realized, damn, they had planned this. This was their strategy, to get in my head, to make me question myself, to throw me off my game. After that loss, I circled our next meet on the calendar. I worked, I refocused, I got my swagger back. Next time we face each other is league championships. She tries it again, jawing in my ear, but this time I shut out her noise. I stayed in my head, I stayed in my swagger, and I beat her. And her cheers turned to tears. I shared this story not just to be petty, but because that's what the industry is like. But instead of one person questioning you and your abilities, it's hundreds of people telling you you can't, you won't, you're not good enough. But understand, the most important voice is your own. Why are you all here? Why did you push yourselves and spend all this money, or your parents' money, and sacrifice and stagger through all-nighters to make it through? You have the audacity to believe that your thoughts, your words, your visions are going to matter to millions of people? That you have a story only you can tell? That your voice deserves to be heard? And that someone should give you millions of dollars to do that? Hell yes. You better. You better. You need to hold on to that belief. You're going to need this swagger, this courage. Courage is not never being scared. Courage is being scared and doing it anyway, like me being on the stage right now. I was rejected when I applied to UCLA Film School. It was devastating because I knew with certainty this was the only thing I wanted to do. I went to the counselor, told him I wanted to appeal the decision. He said it wasn't possible. I went home, had a cry, then I said, fuck it. And I wrote an impassioned letter to the head of the film school, Ruth Schwartz, telling her why they made a mistake. 2 days later, she called and said, I got your letter, and I'm letting you in. Swagger helped me overcome no. It literally changed the trajectory of my life, and it set the tone for my career. My first film, Love and Basketball, was incredibly personal, and it was passed on by every single studio. I had a list on my fridge, and every day I would hear from my agents and cross another studio off. It was soul-crushing to be told that my voice didn't matter, that my story wasn't worthy. But it didn't dent the belief I had in myself. One of my favorite quotes is, fall 7 times, stand up 8. That is what swagger fuels, your fight to stay in it. 2 days after that last pass, the Sundance Institute called. They'd heard about the script and invited me to the writer and director labs. It was amazing. I worked my ass off, and they chose my script for a public reading. Spike Lee's company was there, and that night they came aboard to produce. He got us a meeting with Mike DeLuca at New Line. I remember sitting outside of Mike's office waiting to go in and pitch. I was literally shaking. I'd never directed a film before. Why is this guy going to trust me with millions of dollars? Biggest moment of my life, and I feel like I'm going to choke. Finally, I took a deep breath and told myself, just walk into the room like I used to walk on the track. Just eyes up, smirk on my face, mad confident in my abilities. I went in there, talked shit like I'd been there before, and I left the meeting with $14 million to make my first film. This industry is hard. It is really, really hard. Fear dominates. You're going to get hundreds of no's. It is easier for those with power and money to say no than to say yes, because no has no risks. So you believe and you fight and you overcome no, because you only need one yes. Now, when you get that yes, you better be ready for it. You need to outwork everybody. You need to have the stamina to see it through, and you have to have a vision and protect your vision. Don't give in to notes that dilute your uniqueness, that push the familiar, that compromise your vision. Everything you do is part of your legacy, so make sure at the end of the day you believe everything that's up on that screen. What we do is so powerful. Film can change perspectives, it can shift culture, it can change minds. Respect that power, be about it. There's so much BS in the world, don't add to it. What are the images you're putting into the world? What are the images? What are the behaviors? What are you normalizing? What are you saying? There's a quote that drives me and my husband. Anybody can portray reality. An artist portrays what reality should be. What do you want the world to look like? I don't use the N-word in my work. There's too much violence against us attached to it. I don't ever have my characters getting high for fun. If you grow up with an addict in your house, you know there's nothing sexy or cinematic about an overdose. This doesn't make my work soft. It's not sanitizing. I'm just seeing the world better. And you have the power to do that with your pen, with your camera, with your choices. Another favorite quote, you can either leave something for people or leave something in people. I choose the latter. What will you choose? And lastly, to the board and faculty, I was so honored to be amongst last year's AFI Award winners with the Woman King. The winners were such an incredible reflection of cultural specificity that didn't alienate audiences, but rather pulled them in. Continue to work hard to respect and value all voices, especially those different from your own. Film schools should always be a safe space to fail, a safe space to find your voice. There's no value in a school reflecting the toughness of the industry, but there is great value in showing the industry the right way. Congratulations to all of you, the class of 2023. Take everything that got you here today and keep building on it. It will be your armor. Believe in yourself, keep your swagger, and go make our world better. Thank you.
August 15th, 1939, in this very theater, then referred to as the Temple of the Talking Picture, a film premiered, and it included a scene most relevant to this very moment. You see, that night, 84 years ago, for the very first time, a wizard said to a scarecrow,
"Back where I come from, we have universities, seats of great learning, where men go to become great thinkers. And when they come out, they think deep thoughts, and with no more brains than you have. But they have one thing you haven't got, a diploma."
It's time to preside over the presentation of the degrees and to introduce your class speaker, the woman variety named Educator of the Year. Enough said, the Executive Vice President of AFI and your Dean, Susan Ruskin.
Thank you, and congratulations to the new Masters of Fine Arts. Doctors of Fine Arts, excuse me, doctor. And to the new Masters of Fine Arts sitting in front of me. I've been standing up here for about 4 years, getting to know you, and then feeling like I'm sending you into a world that is sometimes a little challenging and also with tons of opportunities. In the face of this kind of uncertainty and disruption, humanity is by nature heuristic. It is innate curiosity and the courage to experiment that sets us apart. And the way that we seek meaning of all of it is to tell stories. that reveal this perilous journey that you're about to take. So finding that narrative has always been the profound tool for making sense of our world, as it forges connections between us. And now, class of 2023, you are those storytellers. If AFI has taught you anything, and hopefully it's a lot more than just this, but we have taught you resilience. Even in times of abundance, that's an essential trait. But in these strange times, it will be the very thing that makes you the authors of your futures and the future of our industry. Your words, your images and narratives have the potential to inspire, to challenge, and to unite us in profound ways. And that unique creative work has value. Own it. Don't give it away. We have the tools to do that now, but we better figure out how to use them, and fast. My honor is always to introduce the person who has been in your midst for the last 2 years and has been through your journey with you. And today, I'm going to be welcoming to you to the stage your friend and colleague who started out his professional journey as a geologist and then thought better of it to become a screenwriter. That clearly demonstrates the spirit of adaptability. But on top of that, he's also a screenwriter who has never said no to crewing on sets for his friends, and that makes him a unicorn. And that's also a testament to the camaraderie that defines the AFI community. So I congratulate you and welcome to the stage your class speaker, Kunal Sengupta.
Oh, wow. I can't see anyone, which is good, honestly. Thank you so much. Congratulations to everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you today due to the sheer force of 35 screenwriters rigging the vote in my favor. No, you. To make it this far, I had to beat out some heavy hitters from every single department. These are truly, truly talented people. It was especially tough because I was actually not on the ballot this year, but a certain Mr. Kunal Sengupta very graciously decided to give me a spot, so I appreciate that. It's kind of insane to think that 2 years have flown by with us here in LA, and now we stand at the cusp of starting our real lives. It's been a sensationally stupid couple of years, and with a little bit of crying behind the SDAC, picking up 1, 2, or 3 nicotine addictions, and maybe some mild stooping, we have finally made it through. We've become bona fide artists, ready to express ourselves and tell the stories that exist because of the sacrifices our ancestors made and the sacrifices our parents made, and then, of course, all the different experiences we have had in our own lives. Experiences such as the time when my mom kicked me out of the house and told me to stay out there until I learned the English alphabet. My first language is Bengali, and I was 4 at the time, so, but I learned it. I learned English, Mom. Let's go. I did it. But in truth, none of us would be here if it weren't for those people who gave everything to make sure we succeeded in life. Our loved ones, our parents, our guardians, my roommate, Nikki. So now let me speak to those people in the audience who made the journey to be with us here today. You must be wondering what exactly we've been doing for the last 2 years, and the straight answer to that is that we've been working our asses off. From the producers who literally risked their lives on very suspect locations. Questionable bathroom situations, guys, from airing out all my grievances today. To the production designers who make magic on a shoestring budget, but also emotionally blackmail us into help building their sets. That's fair. That's totally fair. To the cinematographers who risk OSHA violations just to get that one shot and then eventually have that shot removed in the final cut. Hate it. Hate when that happens. Hate it. To the editors who've literally not slept for 2 years might also have a small drinking problem, but we're gonna keep it moving. To the directors who want to make their every short film their magnum opus. Directors, it's never that serious. It's okay. You can let it go. You can let it go. I could obviously say a lot more about our lovely directors, but Gwynnie would literally beat me up, so I'm going to move on. Finally, of course, my favorites, the screenwriters, the beautiful, beautiful screenwriters who for the last 2 years have pretended to not actually be in film school. It's okay, you can go on set for 1 day, guys. It's again, not that serious. In a way, we have all imagined our lives as movies. It's true. We're all self-centered assholes, but we wouldn't be great artists if that weren't true in a way. In the Act 1 of this story, we arrived from all over the world to the historic institution of AFI. Our goals were simple: to become the best artistic version of ourselves possible. We met our mentors, our teachers, who are the best of the best in this industry and gave us their time and energy to bring us up. I remember one of my first classes with Kevin Kennedy when he spent 3 hours on a Friday afternoon telling me that he'd fight Blake Snyder if he ever saw him. That man really hates structure, if you know anything about him. And so we left our comfort zones, crossed the threshold, and started the battle that was AFI. In the second act, we met all the people that pushed us through it, our friends, the people we laughed and cried with, and in some cases, like mine, fell in love with. Okay, all right. Okay, that's enough. The going wasn't all easy, though. We met our match here at school, and by match, I mean Cycle 3 TV. We all remember that. As we moved into our second year, we also got to work on thesis. You guys remember thesis when we asked you for more money? That was fun. That was a fun time. This was perhaps the biggest challenge yet for everyone. Again, except for the screenwriters, most of whom avoided it like the plague. The reward for all of this at the end was a master's degree from the American Film Institute. Yeah, come on. But now, as we finally enter the third act of our journey, we realize that the final hurdle is actually the one in front of us. We're entering a world where our corporate overlords don't feel like we're worth the fair share. We're entering a world that's telling us AI is better than us. How crazy is that? Can't even begin to show you how bad these programs are. They have no clue what real life is or the real work humans put in to make our industry what it is today. Right before this ceremony, I actually went on ChatGPT and asked it to defend itself. I said, ChatGPT, you are a mindless robot, and you can't do what we can do. Frankly, you are stupid and I hate you. So what have you got to say for yourself? Okay, we're gonna do this live. Type that in. All right, here we go. All right, chat, what do you have to say?
I know where you live, you son of a
Okay, okay, I'm just gonna, please. We arrive now at the final beat of this film. We've achieved so much, we've learned so much, the hero's journey has been completed, and yet maybe it's all just beginning. But this movie is one I think we all have feared will not end well. Maybe this movie is an Ari Aster film and we're all gonna go home depressed. But I'm here to tell you that we can't accept that. We don't and can't have a plan B. Our plan, of course, is to achieve our dreams, tell our stories, and have that happy ending. And if you feel like you're not getting the happy ending, may I point you to a quote from one of the greatest and one of my favorite movies of all time. I'm, of course, talking about Om Shanti Om. All the brown people in the audience know what I'm talking about. As the quote goes, everything will be okay in the end. We will have our happy ending. And if it's not happy, maybe it's not the end. Picture abhi baki hai mere dost. Your movie is not over yet, my friends. Thank you.
And now it is time to hand out the diplomas. And there's a lot of you. So Academic Vice Dean Yvette Jusson will be reading your names out. Please stand up.
So now for the conferral of diplomas to the class of 2023 Cinematography Fellows. Please welcome the head of the discipline, Stephen Lighthill. Leo Behrens. Audrey Biche. Luisa Dale Silva. Tudo. Shiyang Zhen. Natalie Jones. Matt Klepner. Jennifer Davy Levitt. Mako Malkajian. Marin Alana McGaw. Sarah Megacy. Daniel Miramontes. Keith Lamar Nixon Jr. Hannah Nadia Plotzer. Sharon Pulver. Santiago Serrano Yanes. Isu Shin. Sika Stanton. Joey Verhoeven. Janice Louise Whitehead. Pascale Raphael Williams. This concludes the deferral of diplomas to our cinematographers. Please welcome the head of the directing discipline, Adam Salke. Thomas Bain. Giselle Bonilla. James Harrison Fernstrom. Gianfranco Fernandez Ruiz. Julia Flora Scott Frisch. Pablo Guillen. Grace Hanna. Jack Dodge Heiberger. Biba Venkatesh Kulkarni. Zhizhu Li. Jinhao Violet Lu. Ariel Sydney Hansen Mahler. Machiar Mandegar. Piotr Matya. Imogen Mikulski. Radha Mehta. Madeline Olson. MC Plashki. Pablo Riesgo. Theodore Robert Schaefer. Shu Yue Su. Guinevere Faye Thomas. Britt Williams. And this concludes the deferral of diplomas to our directors. Please welcome the head of the editing discipline, Robert Iveson. Prabhu Ariva. Alejandra Armijo. Yushwan Richard Bai. Ziyong Abraham Chen. Kun Chen. Aaron DeSouza. Devin Delany. Siga Feng. Ziyong Guo. Jasmine Baltasar Jamias. Ivanka Lawrence. Abby Leticia. Joseph Murphy. Jenna Schilling. Shen Ichen. Sin Sui. Samuel Vallone. Jonathan Villegas. Victoria Villig. Sequan Wang. Jiye Won. Yumeng Judith Zhu. This concludes the conferral of diplomas to our editors. Please welcome the head of the producing discipline, Leanne Halfon. Uluaku Anyam Osigwe. Finley Brown. Jim Bullock. Mon Castro. Ilaida Chetinkaya. Siwan Cho. Austin Chen. Tata Chen. Chris Kramer. Gabriel Augusto Gutierrez Melendro. Alexander Heller. Yu-Chin Hong. Adrian Upno. Yoti Zhu. Coulter Glenn Gazzale. Rebecca Lafon. Laura Marks. Corrine Di McCary. Perry Leanne Zen Michael. Santika Naidu. Daniel Radzinski. Lauren Milan Rossall. Raven Robinson. Zofia Konstancia Zablinska. Austin Williams. Schworen Xiao. Tianyu Yang. Amy Janko Xiao. Wulia Shun. Sutien Shun. Lo Zhen. This concludes the conferral of diplomas to our producers. Please welcome the head of the production design discipline, Joe Garrity. Suneha Balasubramanya. Andrés Domit del Valle. Eleonora Figueroa Steiner. Lakshmi Nimisha Gumadi. José Luis Herrera Hernández. Jisoo Jung. Emily Lee. Jolene Andrea Louis. Allie McWhorter. Rachel Mew. Arman Pujani. Yaji Chin. Camila Rodriguez. Sandra B. Rodriguez. Paige Schaefer. Miao Mojo Wen. And this concludes the deferral of diplomas to our production designers. Please welcome the head of the screenwriting discipline, Anna Thomas. Noura Ahmed Alidi. Awal Amaro. Grace Ash. Adam Bailey. Karen Denise Barton. Chiara Campelli. Pablo Cervera. Kenya Yvonne Cummins. Jake D. Curtis. Elton G. Almeida. Meg Falula Dudley. Talisha Elger. Jenna Ezzedine. Matisse Haddad. Ariana Lena Hairstrom. Cesar Jaramillo. Ariel Benjamín López. Victoria Liu. Lucy Mastrullo. Melisande McLaughlin. Melissa Lynn Moore. Annie O'Connell. Christina Olubukola Oyelola. Emily Pollock. Connor Savage. Nicholas Schmid. Kunal Sengupta. Kazima Lucy Maud Stevenson. Nikola Stojcic. Ruben Bernardo Tietz. Camille Melanie Solik. Ted Wires. Danira Wibisono. Duke Yang. And this concludes the conferral of diplomas to the class of 2023.
Okay. Hey, wait, we got to make it official. You ready? By the virtue of the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the American Film Institute and with the faculty concurring, I confer upon you the appropriate degree or certificate with all the rights and privileges pertaining hereto. With that, it is my honor to present to you the AFI Class of 2023.